Hello, all my Aries friends, and that includes sun sign Aries and rising sign Aries. Well, I know you want it short, sweet, and to the point, so we're going to do that. First, I want to tell you, yes, I am going to be offering virtual astrology classes. Let's see, we'll start in February. But if you're interested and you have questions about the classes, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and send me an email. Send me your questions, and I'll get back in touch with you as soon as possible. Meaning, within a short. I'm a Gemini. We're going to do it fast, okay? All righty. Let's talk about you. Aries says, look, enough with the classes. Let's talk about me. All righty. Well, gorgeous forecast here. First of all, Mercury, as we know, has been retrograde, and it's going to go direct on the 18th. Yay! But you know how it is when Mercury's retrograde. Everything's confused. And the minute Mercury goes direct, it moves into the shadow of the retrograde. So things still feel confused, even though they're not. So if you are very sensitive, you already know what I'm talking about. You feel this with every planet, because every planet, with the exception of the sun and the moon, yes, we consider the moon a planet in astrology, will go retrograde. So it will come out of the shadow of the retrograde on February 7th. During the 18th of January and the 7th of February, keep tying up those loose ends. I find that when we're in the shadow of the retrograde, the final shadow, I get a lot done. Prior to that, things were too confused. Mars has also been retrograde, and that means nothing's been moving forward. Nothing at all. Period, bottom line. That's all she wrote. It's going to go direct on the 12th. Yay! But it too moves into the shadow of the retrograde. Don't you love it? And it will stay in the shadow until March 15th. Now, you can start new projects when Mercury or Mars are in the shadow of the retrograde. It's still a little sticky wicket, because it feels like Mercury's retrograde. It feels like Mars is retrograde. I've noticed in myself, I can feel the Mars going direct. If you're psychic, if you're empathic, if you're in tune, you do it too. I know you do. You feel it. So let's talk about where everything is, shall we? Mercury is in your 10th house of career, and there can be a lot that has been confused about your career. The 10th house is your public image. It brings fame. It brings recognition. When Mercury goes direct on the 18th, your words will be heard. They will be accepted, and there can be a move upward for you should you choose to move upward in your career. Now, the sun, the yellow planet, is the center of our life, and it is in the 10th house. And so you are the leader at work, in your own, on your own committee or project. You are the boss. And on the 20th, the sun moves into the 11th house. And this gives you the opportunity to spend more time with friends, to create new ones, to touch base with older friends. It is great. It brings out the humanitarian in you, and you're thinking more in terms of the whole rather than the individual. It's super terrific. Venus, the pink planet, brings love and money. It is the lesser benefic. There's nothing lesser about Venus. Wherever it happens to be, it brings love, it brings happiness, and yes, it can bring money. It has been in your 10th house, and so your public image has been great. You have come across as a loving leader. On the 2nd, let's see, today's the 1st, tomorrow, it moves into your 11th house of friends, and you cherish your friends. You enjoy your friends more. And again, you can touch base with old friends with whom you've lost contact during this whole COVID situation. Then on the 26th, Venus moves into your 12th house, and you say, leave me alone. I just want to enjoy my solitude. Super. Enjoy it. Now, Jupiter's in your 1st house. Jupiter is the greater benefic. It brings optimism. It brings expansion. Yes, it can mean of your waistline. So just be aware of that. But the optimism that it brings happiness to you. And you're feeling happier. You're asserting yourself more. Enjoy it. Now, Mars. That's what we fight with and fight for. It is what comes first to us. The difference between the sun and Mars is the sun is the center of our life, but Mars is what we'll take a stand for. We will fight with it. It is war, it is sex, it is passion, and it's in your 3rd house of ideas. And so you're very passionate about your ideas. Are you writing a blog? What are you doing that is expressing you? Because this is the time to do it. Now it's going to come out of retrograde on the 12th, and you'll be a lot more direct. Your thinking will be clearer. It'll be terrific. You can do more communicating, and the 3rd house deals with siblings, so that's on the agenda as a possibility. Mars is going to go direct on the 12th, and it moves into the shadow of the retrograde immediately upon going direct. It will be in the shadow until March 15th. All right. So it may be that some of you feel like nothing's moving forward. However, because it's no longer retrograde, you can make progress in every area, in your case, that deals with communication. Look at your birth chart, see where Mars is right now in your birth chart, tie it in with this, and you'll have the entire picture. Now, let's talk about the new moon and the full moon. All right, the full moon, when things come to a head, is on the 6th. It's in 16 Cancer. It's in the 4th house of home, family, real estate. This can be you simply saying, I just want to be at home. Go away, world. It can mean more of an emotional tie with family members. And anything unresolved can be resolved. It's going to come to a head. 2 weeks later, when there's no moon at all, it's the dark of the moon, we have a new moon, and that's on the 21st of the month. The new moon is in 1 degree of Aquarius, 1 Aquarius 33. It's in your 11th house of friends and group activities, and this is when reaching out to friends really begins. So I think this is an absolutely lovely forecast. And so I wish you a wonderful January. Check back with me in February and we'll pick up where we left off. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.